Awesome. So yeah, we can open up to questions or someone could share how the experience is going. Um, it's up to you. It's awesome to see you guys pumping out the videos. Now it's like a weekend. I mean, it's gonna go fast. There's only like 3 weeks left in the challenge, and it's really not that many videos when you think about it. So, like I said, it's like now the excitement is off, and now it's just about um, pumping them out, and it just becomes part of your routine, which is it's a cool like flow state to be in, I think. Um, but yeah, does anyone have questions or want to share how it's going?
I've got a question. So, regarding thumbnails for these videos, like I feel a bit conflicted about them because like they're supposed to be raw videos, right? But you do want people to click on the video. So, like what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think you should put a lot of time into that, or do you really like not care that much about thumbnail?
The thing is like because I truthfully I wouldn't overthink it. I think like let me look at my videos. Yeah, like I mean, my best videos have had basically no thumbnail. It's just like the video. It depends on what you're doing, but like the raw style talking video, I think it's much more, excuse me. I think it's more the title that really matters. Obviously the thumbnail is what matters too, but if you look at these videos that take off when it's just someone talking, very often it's literally just the person standing there, like a screen from the video. That's just my take. But obviously, like you can go and obsess and study, like you can go and look at people who make these types of sit down videos and analyze, okay, what are their best videos, go to popular and what thumbnails are they using? Because there is a way to do it. But in my opinion, I wouldn't overthink it.
Yeah, I know it's
Yeah.
like a bit of like a cosmetic thing rather than like substance, but figure
Like
that out.
I think it's either like you're going to spend a lot of time on it, really try to craft it, or just keep it simple, my
Gotcha.
opinion. Um, that's my opinion. I would think a lot about the title though, because it's like that's pretty low effort. And I think like my best videos have definitely had good titles where it's like how I did this, how to do this, something very tactical where someone you just have to remember that it's ideally it's someone who has never seen your stuff or doesn't know you. And it's like, what is the title that could be generally helpful to them? Even if they have no idea who you are. That's kind of how I think of it.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about captions? Should we be doing captions, you think? Or is that another thing where it's like
I don't
it's
think
more about the
so.
content?
No, not on, I don't think it's necessary on YouTube. Because YouTube has auto captions. I did captions in the beginning for some of my videos, and I just think it's unnecessary. However, for short form stuff, for reels, definitely do captions because on those most people don't use audio, or not most, but a lot of the percentage don't use audio. So those I would definitely do captions, and you can even like for making clips from your long form, you can either do it in CapCut if you want to spend, a few minutes or however long it takes you to edit. But you can even just take your YouTube video and go into like put it on your phone, clip a section, a few, whatever, 30 seconds to a minute, and you can use Instagram Reels to add captions right there. Really easy.
Hmm,
I did that. I've done that on some of my reels. It's very low effort, but yeah, I would say captions only matter for like short form stuff on your phone.
gotcha.
My opinion. Yeah.
I got another question for anyone on the call. At what point, and if you're not there yet, that's fine. At what point did you decide you've got enough content that you're happy with that you're ready to publish it on social media? Obviously, like, starting a YouTube channel from scratch, you can kind of hide behind the fact that like no one's really watching it or few people are watching it. But yeah, I guess I'm torn on like I guess maybe it's just when the time is right to start posting to your social handles, but I don't know, I'm curious how everyone else has approached that.
You're asking like posting on YouTube versus like social?
Yeah, yeah. So like I haven't posted anything on my Instagram. I posted a little bit to Twitter. But yeah, I haven't Instagram is probably where I have the biggest following, and I just I don't know. I don't think my content's there yet, but yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Or for me, for now, I'm super focused on building the habit and on getting used to the process. I really don't care number of views. I really don't care about the quality. I'm just playing at this moment. So just building the habit. Uh, so
And
didn't
when the time's right, the time's right. Like
exactly,
Rebecca said,
exactly,
you'll
exactly.
just know, right?
dude, Scott,
Or
I
maybe
say
there is
like
no right time.
I kind of struggle with this too, where like on YouTube, I have a small audience and like my Instagram is big. So like anything I post there is going to get a ton of views. And obviously I don't want to post bad shit. But honestly, like what I'd recommend to you is you just have to mentally say fuck it. And like I like it's hard to do this, but you have to realize that like, yeah, you're posting a reel. If someone doesn't want to watch it, they're going to see it for a second and swipe away and literally not ever think about it again. And like a lot of the reels I post, I don't think they're that good. Like I'm kind of almost embarrassed in them, but it's a good. I got over that, and now I can post more, and like I feel okay posting. Um, it's I still feel like uncomfortable posting a lot of these reels, but people like them, and like people watch them, and they get views, and yeah, not all of them are amazing, but like, um, yeah, you have to like, however you do it, you have to mentally just flip that like switch where you say fuck it and like who cares about the quality as long as it's something that is helpful, as long as it's useful to somebody, I would post it. I what I don't think I like posting is like stuff and like I kind of struggle with this, but like stuff that's like all about me or like some like rant about whatever what I'm trying to do. Like I wouldn't post something really here's an example. Like sometimes people will do podcasts with me and I'll talk about whatever my mission I'm trying to build, the obsession movement. I'm not really going to post that because it's like, um, I'm not really going to post that because it's like not helpful to people. It's like, it's just like about me. It's selfish. It's not selfish. It's just like, you know what I mean? So it's like, as long as it's helpful to someone, like post it. Who cares? Um, but that's, it's easy for me to say that. It's harder to actually do it. I get that. I get that. But, I would significantly lower the quality bar for reels because it's such like a madhouse. Like there's just so much stuff there. Your stuff like that's how I think of it. It's like yeah. So
No, I mean you made a good point too. Like as long as like one person finds it helpful, that's you know you're doing you're accomplishing something at least. You know, if one person finds it helpful, like that's all that really matters.
100%. Yeah, 100%. So I would, however you do that, I would just start ripping them on Instagram too, especially because you have an audience there. Like you'll get views on it. Who cares? That's what I'd say.
Yeah,
As long as
and
as
I'm
long as it's not a piece of garbage, like as long as it's like not pointless, post it. Um,
and now's probably like a perfect time for me because I'm like rebranding my brand and after a few years of like soul searching and that's a whole different thing, but it's like so now's kind of the perfect time because I'm kind of like rebuilding anyway and I don't
yeah,
really care, and I know you kind of went through this too, like when you stopped posting some of your reels and went more back to, or when you started posting some of your running content, I know you mentioned like you had a little bit of a drop off, but at the same time you were okay with that because those are people you didn't really want anyway, which is kind of a bad way of putting it, but it's like I guess what I'm trying to say is like now's a perfect time. I know I'm going to lose people because I'm changing things anyway, and that's okay because I'm rebuilding. So it's yeah,
yeah. If you think a connection with your audience matters, do it. That's my opinion. And for me, it mattered for what I wanted to do. That's why I did it. That's why I'm still doing it. And yeah. So I think it's a good move for you. 'Cause you're like
yeah,
I feel like your brand is very authentic, or you want it to feel authentic. So I think it'd
yeah,
be a good move because I'm familiar with what you've been building. Um, yeah, of
cool. Thank you.
course. No, it's a big thing, man. Like it's something everyone has to get over, and many people never get over. Just like the fear of putting, not the fear, but just like the hesitancy to post stuff. And like no, you don't have the hesitancy to post stuff, but just like you know what I mean. Like the
Yeah, but no, but like I've admittedly like hidden behind it for a long time. Like
yeah,
my face was never associated with my brand for a very long
yeah.
time, and
Oh, I feel you.
so yeah, that's why like I mean, a lot of this is like perfect timing too, because it's like I knew that I needed to do it, but I didn't know what steps to take. And so yeah, I don't, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how all this shit works because
I feel you. I feel you.
yeah.
Yep. I feel you, man. Cool. Anyone else have anything they want to share or ask or talk about? If not, that's okay. Um,
What's your like creative process? Because what I'm seeing is like I post on Instagram most days, most pretty much every day, and then I'm doing the videos, and I feel like I know they're similar in terms of like I can just choose one topic and talk about them, but I do like to create them slightly differently. Like the videos are like a riff, and then the content is more like curated. So what's your like inner process for like you're doing your writing and then you've got the videos as well?
Similar thing to what you just described, where like the stuff I post on Instagram is more polished, more, I mean, especially the writing, that's just like its own thing. But even like the reels, I'll try to you know, they're edited more, maybe they'll have some music. And then the Instagram, sorry, the YouTube is very raw and authentic. I think that's a good way to do it. Like you have, then you show kind of both sides to you. I don't know. What are you asking specifically more? Just like how do I, because I agree,
I
that's
just
kind of how I think of
I've
it too.
noticed my brain. I'm like, because I'm like, normally I'm just posting on Instagram and then I'm like, okay, now I've got to think about the video. Um, yeah, I find the like two parts of my brain. Like one's like a topic to speak on, the other's like I'm trying to think of a concept and like how to write it and how to share it. But I just wanted to know kind of your inner process, but maybe it's just that.
Yeah, it's basically the same. It sounds like that's basically what I do as well. I'm checking out your stuff to see if I can give more insight. But for me, it's like the process is like I'm always just testing ideas. And so like I basically start everything on my Twitter where I just tweet all every idea I have. And I've done that forever. And then it it's pretty and then from there I'll go and I'll take the best ideas and I'll make Instagram posts and I'll make YouTube videos. But I think it's helpful to have like this one hub kind of, and then you can go and take those ideas, one hub to test ideas, and then you go and you take those ideas to other formats. You can go and take it to a more polished form in Instagram, and then you could go and do a long form riff on YouTube. Um, I think that's the only other like tactical thing I do kind of. But to me, it's like that's kind of do how is how I think about my stuff. It's like these small little fragments of ideas. Like one is like playing decades. One is like be a paradox. And I just made a YouTube video talking about that. And it's like I've repeated these. If you follow me like deeply, I repeat these ideas over and over. Like every few months, I'll post the same idea in like a slightly different way. I think that's a
Yeah.
useful way to think about your content. It's like this web of all these unique ideas you have that you're always testing, and some resonate more than others. Some you're just testing for the first time, but the good ones you'll bring back. It's actually like I never really thought of it like that, but it actually is what I'm doing. Like, and let me think of another one. Like this idea. No one's more anxious than an ambitious person who creates nothing. I That was something I tweeted. It went super viral and it's probably one of the most true things I've ever written. And I made like a YouTube video about that. I made tweets. I made multiple Instagram posts. And like now that's like that is a node. It's like a node in the network of the ideas I'm trying to build.
Yeah.
And I think it's helpful for everything you do because then you're making a YouTube video about one subject and you can go and tie in this old idea. Um, it's almost useful to literally write out your ideas like in bullet points and be like, these are all like my unique ideas and my unique frameworks and my unique phrasing for them. Um, yeah. So that is something I do for sure. Kind of subconsciously, but like I don't really write them out. But yeah, it is something I do.
Yeah.
But I do think, yeah, that's that I'm doing it the same way, like you said, though. It's like Instagram is more polished, though I think you can still be very like raw and authentic on Instagram Reels, and I kind of try to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then YouTube is where there's a really good article. I'm gonna post it here. The only thing is it's whoops, sorry, I came too close to the mic. It's pay gated, it's paid blocked. This person's blog is phenomenal. She's one of my favorite like Twitter accounts. I'll put her Twitter here as well. Um, I always like share her stuff. Um, I can try to like just screenshot it honestly because it is paid. Um,
Do you recommend like for where I'm at, which is like Instagram's been my main thing. I've never done Twitter and I've never done YouTube. So like if I was gonna start doing like microbyte content, kind of like Twitter, would you recommend that? Or like I could do it on Threads? I kind of was into that and then I stopped it for ages, but
yeah, it's
I don't know
tough. It's
if it's at
yeah,
the
I mean,
same time. But
yeah, it's
yeah,
hard to do a lot of new things at once. So I don't know if I'd recommend that.
yeah,
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I would say don't try to like learn all these new platforms at once. I just think
yeah,
it's not the totally right. Like I think the right thing to do is you focus on one platform and you build it, and then once you have a system and you understand it and a sizable audience, then you go to another one and then another one, and that's kind of what I've done.
yeah.
Like I don't think I started my Twitter till I had like a few dozen thousand followers on Instagram. The Twitter is amazing if you can build it though. I mean, you can do a similar thing with Threads though. It's amazing because it's the best way to test ideas. If you can
Mm,
have any sizable audience on Twitter or Threads where you can just rip ideas, it's incredible because you can get instant feedback on anything. So I do recommend having a platform like that. Yeah, why not? I just started going on Threads today. Is it having a comeback? I don't even know. It might be.
it goes in waves, I think. Like sometimes it's popping off and then other times it is. But I think I should do it on there because I have a bit of an audience on there. It's very small, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be coming back. So even that is like a good way to test ideas. I wouldn't look, I think Twitter's great. I would get on, I recommend everyone to go on Twitter. It's probably my favorite platform, honestly.
Mm.
I have, I think 30,000-ish on Twitter, 29,500. And that audience is super strong compared to like, it might even be like, if I had to choose between that and my Instagram audience of like 1.4 million, it would be a tough call. That's how strong the Twitter audience is in comparison. So, yeah. I do recommend it, honestly. But it's like I would just start it and not think too much about it for a while. I would just like start it and play around.
Yeah.
I would focus on one platform at a time, one new like medium at a time. Um, yeah, that's my
Oh,
opinion. Yeah,
thanks.
you're welcome. Anyone else? Got anything, Ryan?
Yeah, what speaking of Twitter, because I'm on Twitter a lot, what are your thoughts on posting video to Twitter now?
Yeah, you should. I would post the videos you're making for this on Twitter as well. There's no reason not to. Unless like, because it's like if you were if you and I mean all of us, including me, honestly, like I should post my videos on Twitter. If you were getting a ton of views on YouTube and like monetize there, then maybe don't. But like at this point, it's like you're starting out. Why not get more eyeballs on your content? So I would post more of your. I would post it all everywhere. Um, that's my yeah. I video does pretty well on Twitter right now.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Also, do you notice that if you post a link to like YouTube or anything outside of Twitter, it'll get suppressed a little bit?
Yeah, definitely do it in like the second tweet. That helps a lot. I always
Cool.
do that. Just say like link below and then put in the second tweet. Um, Otherwise, yeah, it will get super suppressed, um, which is annoying, but yeah. Um, okay. Anything else?
Jim. Something that I think about, and for me, like I'm kind of thinking about, and I probably shouldn't be thinking about this yet because I'm just like still in this like still trying to build this habit, but I'm like, okay, like what are the videos for? Like, do I I'm kind of I've kind of started the challenge. I'm like, okay, like where do I want to take these? And so like I'm thinking, do I like share them with my like email audience, or maybe I'm thinking of like other ways that I can kind of disperse them. And I'm just wondering like if you have any ideas, or like for you as you're building this account, like do you think you'll be doing a video every single day? Like what's your vision as well with the videos? Because I'm like, I think I could potentially do a video every single day. Like I think I have the energy, I think I have the capacity, I think I have like the ideas. I don't know what my question is. But I've just been thinking, okay, like if I want this to be like long term, like what's the vision of this? And there's like no question in that, but anything you can say around that.
No, yeah, I mean, what's incredible about these videos is they can be an incredible like bank of it lets you build an incredible catalog of content where if you post 30 videos that are all like let's say 5 to 10 minutes on YouTube, that literally would be enough clips, short form content for probably an entire year. Like I'm not even joking. Like or many months. Let's say you can get 3 to 5 clips from each video. That's what 3 times 30 is like 90. So let's say several months of clips every day from
Yeah.
a few videos. I would think of them as like they're like a hub in my opinion for your content. And so like I would take these clips and I have been doing this. I could be doing a better job. Um, I'm more of like a I'm more of just like a raw, like super not the most strategic with my content. I'm just like I let it rip. Um, but it's like I post them on Twitter and I post them on I would post them on LinkedIn if I was more active on there. I post them on Instagram, post them on Instagram stories, post them everywhere. It's like I would post it is I don't know if that's what you're asking kind of, but like I would be
Yeah.
very like spread them everywhere because why not? It's like I don't see a reason why not to. And what's great about it is it's a format where it can live on YouTube, but you could post it like mine very soon. It's already kind of up actually, like my podcast thing. It's called like Obsession Diaries. I just haven't like I want to do a proper I want to do
Really
a proper
good.
yeah,
It's really good.
I want to do a proper launch, but like these YouTube videos can serve as podcasts. They can serve as short form. They can serve as short form clips, reels. They can serve as TikToks, Twitter. They serve as so much. So I think it's like yeah, that's kind of how I view it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks.
And it's also just incredible to like look back. Like I love that I can look back at my old stuff and like earlier this year, all the stuff I was doing. I'm gonna be grateful for that forever. And like especially like it's amazing to me that if I just when I keep building, someone can go back and look at this. My friend, he calls it like having like a binge bank where someone if they when they find your stuff, they can now go and binge all your content. And I think making daily videos or having like a huge catalog like this is amazing. And that's kind of how I view all this short form stuff. It's like, here's a little teaser, here's a little like, white rabbit that someone could chase and then go into your world and look at all this content. And yeah, I don't know if that answers what you were talking about, but that's just
I don't
like
know what
where I
my
take
question
it.
was, but that's perfect.
Yeah,
So
you're just
good.
asking how like you disperse it, but
Yeah.
like I would disperse it everywhere
Yeah.
you could post a video, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
Yeah.
And not to
Thanks.
like worry too much about the quality. Just, if you're talking and like saying something real, it can live on any platform and someone will watch it, I think.
Yeah, I'm intentionally keeping it so simple. Like I have a good camera, which I've literally never used properly. I bought it because I was like, I need this for good content. I've like never used it. I'm just keeping it like my MacBook cam, which is like so bad. I'm just
Yep.
keeping it simple because I'm like, if I'm gonna do this every day, like I can't do it professionally. I know I'll
Has to
never
be
do it.
simple. Has to be super simple. Like a one
Yeah.
button press, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just got these like DJI mics. They're amazing. Like for
Yeah.
if you're not near a computer, so easy. You just press a button and record. Because yeah, you do want the friction to be very
Yeah.
minimal. Like same with like editing. You want your like editing settings the same, everything the same. That's the thing. The
Yeah.
more like constraints you put on content, it's so much easier to produce in volume.
Yeah.
Super huge. So
Yeah.
like I would yeah, for it's super huge to narrow those in. Like what is the filters and what is the fonts and what is all that stuff? Because that just makes doing it a lot easier, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, my last question. Like at the moment in the, what's it called? When you upload the video, I know I can do better with the titles. Like right now my title is just like whatever, but are you intentional about like the caption, like what's inside from the lens of like people finding the video? Like I've kind of just been a bit lazy with that and I kind of just like upload it and there's like one sentence, but from like a strategy, like
No,
is that
I
something
don't.
you'll
And
do?
to be fair, you can look up on YouTube. There's better people than me for this type of stuff. I just don't think it matters that much, honestly. Like I don't think the caption matters. You're saying like the description on YouTube?
Yeah.
No, I mean all that matters. I don't think that matters much. I would just put all your links and like I don't think it
Yeah.
matters. All that matters really on YouTube is your thumbnail and title, getting someone to click and getting them to watch the video. That's literally it. So,
Yeah.
um, for me, it's just like like I said, it's like someone who's never seen my stuff, they see this on their explore page. How is the title helpful to them? I'll use in my titles a lot of like you in the first word, you, your, and I'll use a lot of like how to do this. Because those are just like, okay, super useful. I go back to that all the time with my content. I'll never forget it. It's just like someone who just, I forgot, this Graham Duncan guy on Tim Ferriss, just like be relentlessly useful, just be as useful as possible. And if you just
Yeah.
do that, it's kind of hard to fail. Like my best videos, here's the titles: how to be an artist, athlete, entrepreneur, how I got my obsession back, how to change your life overnight, marathon training in New York City, how to get over the fear of creating, how to become obsessed, how to start it. Like they're all how. It's just like, so the how stuff is good for sure.
Yeah.
Like literally, if you just look at, I mean, a lot of videos, not even just mine. So yeah, I would for these, like I said, I would think a lot about titles. I think it's worth spending like a few minutes to think, okay, what is the simplest way I can present this in the most helpful way?
Yeah. Amazing.
Anyone else got anything?
Yeah, to piggyback off what Rebecca said, I mean, like I'm in a flow too where I feel like I can record every day. So how about we just make this, like Zach, you said it yourself that a year of obsession can change your life. So why don't we just, go ahead and make this a PR 365 and
I'm down. I'm down. I mean, I was originally gonna do that stuff. I was originally gonna do a year's challenge like to start this year, and I think I was gonna do it. I forget, but I just thought like, damn, a year would scare people. Maybe that's what we should have done. Maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe next year. Um, yeah, that'll be sick next year. Start it on January 1st and do a big obsession year challenge. But I agree, man. Like, if you can keep pumping these, like, and you do them daily in a year, you will completely change your life. I believe that because there's no way you don't, one, build an audience, and two, become this incredible speaker. Like you probably already noticed after doing this for a week, you're way better at talking to a camera. You get better so quickly. It's crazy, especially if you watch the videos and edit them yourself because you're noticing, like me, I say this one thing all the time and it's so annoying. I say, so much and it drives me crazy. And I am working hard not to do it, but and I cut it out from my videos. But the over time, like I'm gonna probably stop saying it because I'm paying attention to it. So yeah, you'll get really good. I'm down. Do a year. I'll do a year. Let's go.
All right, I'm in.
Like it's so much content. It's crazy that Casey Neistat actually did 800 days of videos. 800 days of like not just this type of video, which to him would be easy. This is just sitting down talking, like the stuff that I'm doing and like most of you guys are doing. He made a movie every day for 800 days. Crazy to think about. It gives you like another respect for him when you do something like this. It's like, okay, that is another level.
Yeah.
Because he basically was filming all day and then editing for hours every day. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's right downstairs right now, probably in this office building, which is cool. Little Easter egg.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you know Casey Neistat? No? He's a big I'll show you his YouTube channel. He basically invented daily vlogging. You've heard of like vlogging. And his big thing was he did 800 days of 800 days of vlogs, and he's a big New York City guy. So he has, 13 million, 12 million subscribers. He makes awesome. I love his stuff.
On that
Yeah.
note, can I ask a question around, like, I have thought about like just like productivity wise, like I would rather, I don't know, and I'm conflicted about this because I would rather like sit down and record like full videos and then like I'm editing them all at the same time, upload, like scheduling them. I feel like productivity, that's better, but then there's something about just every day like pressing record and like speaking. And maybe there's a blend, like next week I'm away and I will have like no internet for 4 days. So I'm thinking like maybe I prep for that. But yeah, I know from productivity, it's going to be so much better. But also there's something about like every day, it's like the real, like I should share. It's not like pre-planned.
Yeah.
What do you
I don't know. I think Yeah, I feel you. I think you should just go based off energy. So if you have the energy to go and sit down and make 4 videos, do it. Otherwise, like just, do it every day. Because if
Yeah.
you have the energy to do that, that means like you're in a good place and you should probably capture that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't force yourself. There's a thin line. You have to force yourself to press record, but you can tell when you're like forcing the videos and they're not as good. And so it's like a very thin line. Um,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, what I just come back to is try not to make it about me and just try to be useful. Because then if you're just useful, it's going to likely be good. Um, but I struggle with it a lot. It's
Yeah.
hard. But yeah, I think it's fine. Like, why not? If you want to bunch a few together, do it. I don't see
Yeah.
why not.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of content creators do. I mean, like that's what Hormozy does. He has like a lot of content creators who run businesses will have like content days where that's the day they go and they record all their stuff and then they'll post it throughout the weeks and weeks after. Um, it's a good way to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also someone who also is doing a good job. I'll take full credit. Because I not actually, but I inspired him to go hard on YouTube this year, he told me. Because I started to is Sahil Bloom. He's making like it's interesting the way he's kind of doing his videos. He's doing like a lot of sit down. He basically once a day he's doing like a sit down raw video in the ice bath, kind of like this. But he's also doing like some vlog style videos. I think it's just good inspiration. So I would check it out.
Oh.
He's someone who whoops. Um my screen got a little messed up, sorry. Okay. Yep. So yeah, Sahil's doing a good job. Other than that, does anyone else have anything else? Otherwise, we can wrap up. Good. Scott, you all good?
All good here. I gotta start making dinner, so
No,
timing's
you're good.
perfect.
Good talking to you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah, good talking to you guys. This is recorded if you want to jump back and look. And we'll do 2 more of these like throughout the thing, throughout the next 2 weeks. And I know I'm talking to some of you privately as well, which is cool. And yeah, that's it. Feel free to, like I said, DM me if there's anything I could help with or any like title or thumbnail stuff. Um, and yeah, I appreciate all of you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
There you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.